Commander Brown, Detroit Urban Survival Training. Today you're going to join us for a scan of Detroit. This is a threat scan. This is how we create safety safely here in Detroit for the past 3 decades. And I'd like to thank for this vehicle, Lakeside Jaguar Range Rover. And this vehicle is excellent. And one of the things we love about this vehicle, watch this. Off-road hydraulics. This is a great vehicle. This is the 23 Defender. And right now we're going to go out to the community so you can see how it is we create safety safely. This is Palmer Woods. This is Detroit's premier community that we protect 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we've been here specifically in this neighborhood for the past 13 years. This is one of the residents here in the community. And this is inside the city of Detroit. We respond to calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We require all of our clients to call police first. Our response time is under 5 minutes. And in this community, you can see the homes are beautiful, but communities, no matter where they are in Detroit, all they need is protection. That's what we're showing, that you can protect the community and make it safe. And as a result, people have a great quality of life. But that's where our training comes in handy. If we don't use our training, then we create conditions where there's adversarial conditions that lead to violence. And that's why we teach what we teach. So you can learn from people that actually do this in real life. We actually protect people using our skills. So our tactics have been used for the past 3 decades successfully to create safety for thousands of families. We've had over 3,500 team members the past 3 decades. One of the things that's most important is to keep positive communication with all of the people that are in the neighborhood, whether they live there or not. It doesn't matter if they're paying clients. If you see someone in your community, be friendly, talk to them. And if they're a negative person, they're going to want to leave because you talked to them in the first place. So you don't have to be confrontational. Hello. Hi. Have a good day. Good seeing you.
You over in the area of well-do folks.
That's correct. This is the area where criminals that are violent want to go because this is where they will make the most profit.
I'm confused. Has he ever done anything to anyone, or he just drives around?
Yes, we respond to all emergency calls for assistance. As a result, we've had to use our training many times with many types of individuals and gangs based on whatever the situation was. And that includes force-on-force conflict with violent groups and with weapons.
So do you only patrol in the more financially stable areas rather than trying to make the tougher streets safer?
No, we go everywhere. And we started in 1995 in the worst area. But we protect people everywhere, including people that are poor or working class that can't afford our services. If they have someone that wants to kill them, we protect them for free.
He said, I'm new, I wasn't sure.
Put it on the window. Put it on the window there. Put it on the, yeah, I'm gonna let you. Just leave it like that. This is where criminals would come to hunt families that have a lot of wealth. And for the first 3 years, we had to chase them out every day. We had to deal with everything from groups of men in vehicles coming to home invade to...
Somebody said, can I get a trial month of protection?
It depends on your situation. So we have a formula that determines whether a person can be in our free program. They have to have a dedicated person that wants to kill them. There has to be an actual witnesses. There has to be some kind of actual conditions that are provable that shows that someone's trying to kill them, and then we protect them for free.
Fost and West Chicago, they need assistance. They're really turned up now.
Yes, we will be in Chicago as soon as possible.
No, West Chicago, the street. She's from Detroit.
Oh. And we were on Chicago for 7 years. We lived on Chicago, and I stopped the home invasion on my block
For free.
for free. And I stopped another group of home invaders on Boston.
Thank you, Glenn, for your support. So talk a little bit about how we're showing the nice areas of Detroit, because everybody seems to think that it's an infested
So
zombie town.
Right. We get a lot of negative comments about people that think Detroit is dystopia. Detroit is beautiful. It's a place of great success for many people.
And wealth, lots of wealth.
Very much so. And what's interesting is what you see on the media doesn't show these homes or these people. And these people, most and worked hard, went to school, went to college, opened businesses, or worked for major corporations and are succeeding.
Yes, Rex, this is one of a few. This is the premier historic community in the city of Detroit.
And there's many beautiful neighborhoods.
So this is right off a 7-mile road, which is what?
7 Mile Road is considered the most dangerous road in the United States. There's more violent crime on 7 Mile than any other road, apparently. But not on our part of 7 Mile. We prevent that from occurring. And that's what we do as an organization. What we specialize in is protecting the community from violence. We create conditions where violence does not occur. Simultaneously, we don't violate people's rights, and we don't allow other people to get violated.
And the foundation of our protection model is love.
Right. So if you don't like people, you don't care for people, then we don't hire you. We don't train you.
K's, what we're saying is it's surrounded by 7 Mile Road, which is one of the most dangerous roads. This
And
is
people, and they're violent criminals, and all the way around, there's violent crimes that are being committed around our communities 24/7. We protect about 5,000 people in different communities altogether, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And every community that we protect is safe. And if you look at the crime map generated by crimes reported to police, that police respond to, those communities are all around us, and they have lots of crimes. And that we don't have that in our community, any of our communities. And our communities are spread out throughout Detroit. We also have individual clients that are homes and businesses. So you don't have to be wealthy, and you don't have to be in one of our upscale communities to get protection. How's it going? All right.
This is definitely not Tennessee. This is Detroit. And it's beautiful.
The reason we're showing you this is so you know, number one, that there is beautiful communities in Detroit. We want everyone to know that. We also want people to know that we actually protect people in real life. So that's why
This is not Ferndale. This is Detroit. Palmer Woods, Detroit. 7 Mile and Woodward. Look it up. This is definitely not Ferndale.
They don't have homes like this in Ferndale. None. Not one.
We are not in Lafayette Park yet.
What we're doing is we're traveling at approximately 10 miles per hour because we want to make sure that the community, the families see us. We have white strobe lights on our vehicles. Our vehicles are always black. And our goal is to make sure that people have a great quality of life by being safe in their homes. They should not have to leave Detroit.
We've actually submitted several proposals for that property.
What community?
1300 Lafayette.
Yeah.
So hopefully they take their protection and safety seriously.
So when we're driving, we're looking at the home, everything from front to the bushes in front. We're looking at the windows, the doors, see if there's any breaches, see if anyone needs any help. Looking to see if anyone's having medical emergencies or having personal issues with contractors, or people that they don't have contact with that are at their home. And these are kind of things we've come across throughout our 13 years in this community. In one case, the man was about to pull a gun and attack his ex-girlfriend, and she was at the house. She was at her father's house, and this man pulled a gun, and her father came out with his gun. And as soon as I pulled up, both of them had their weapons hidden in front of their bodies, so I could not see them, but they were pointing. And as a result of me pulling up and waving to the homeowner waved back, him and his daughter, and the man who was approaching them with the gun took off running. And that's an example of why we're here and what we do. So we want to prevent things from happening.
I like the self-defense videos. You should do more small children training videos. I have 4 daughters that actually sat and watched the one I found so far. Thank you. Yes, we'll be doing a lot more of children's safety videos.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey lady, are you a member of the force or camera crew? Or correction, protection force. You want to take that one?
Yeah. The lady holding the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my wife.
I'm the wifener. Wife and partner.
Mm-hmm.
Wifener.
Yes, she makes it happen. If it wasn't for her, we never would have went on TikTok.
And yes, we go out in the fields together.
For
The past 13 years.
yeah.
7 Mile Road, right there. Do you guys make citizens arrests?
We try not to, but if someone does a crime and there is a victim and or the resident wants them prosecuted for whatever they did at their home, then yes, we have taken them into custody and held them for law enforcement, detained them, placed them under citizen's arrest. And on multiple occasions, we offered them a ride to the police station on video with a choice to wait at the scene or get a ride to the police station. Now, over here to your left, this is part of one of our communities. This is the golf course community. And right over here is a fence down there at the corner you can see. And right here is where a break-in took place. And if you go on our YouTube, you'll see where there's a man that attacks me and attacks my team members. I take him into custody as he breaks into 2 other houses, and the police were already on site. And I asked them if they wanted to have me take him into custody or that they wanted to go get him. They told me to go get him, so I went and took him into custody. Took him into custody safely.
Without injury.
Without injuring him, which is what we take pride in. And right there you can see the street signs. That's 7 Mile. So in that situation, the individual was at the PGA Tour here in Detroit, and he attacked myself and others.
Used racial slurs.
Yep. Spit in my face
Threw
threw
rocks.
And
We still took him into custody without injury, without civil rights violation.
correct. And in fact, he asked me for a hug. And I said yes. And then I took him into custody and handed him to police officers. So the point is, that's what we try to do in all situations. So we can create a non-adversarial interaction for a non-violent outcome. We don't have to. We can articulate a use of force when a person is violent and aggressing on us and aggressing on others. but we choose to show ways and demonstrate and teach ways to solve issues without violence, which is a choice.
Yes, there's a lot of big yards here.
These are the smaller homes right here.
This is right off of 7 Mile.
This is literally on 7 Mile. If you look straight ahead, you'll see this is on 7 Mile.
So this is like 7 Mile by Livernois area. Wait, we don't stay safe, we make it safe.
That's right. And look over here to your left. This is the University District.
Which is not one of our protected communities yet.
We don't work across there. A woman was attacked right over here at about 7 o'clock in the morning. She was a jogger, and a couple luckily rescued her.
Hello, Australia. Thank you for tuning in. An outsider coming into the D and calling you the N-word. Yes.
And over here, looking to your left, down this street, a federal judge was shot at his house as he was interacting with 3 young men, criminals, that tried to attack him and wanted to take him hostage and his family hostage. And that's literally about 100 yards where we're at right now, right down, actually down this street here. And he resisted and was able to keep them from getting into his house, the young men, criminals, from getting into his house. And they shot him in the leg. He survived. And
Kept his family safe.
kept his family safe. Our goal would have been to have him train with us beforehand so that he could decrease the likelihood of getting shot.
But when it comes to self-defense, when dealing with knives and guns, what
Yeah.
should they expect?
You should expect that if a person has intent to kill you with a weapon, which is why they have the weapon, then you're going to get injured, at the very least. So when you train, you're decreasing the likelihood of getting killed, but you are still supposed to expect the fact that you're possibly going to get hurt.
I think I've seen you in Chuck Bronson's chat, I think. So, not sure.
Great.
What is Chuck Bronson's chat?
On this block, one of our team members responded to a call for approximately 100 protesters at a person's house that's a part of the government. And our team member got there and got all these men off of their property, away from their house, and the family thought they were about to be home invaded. And there was at least 100 protesters at their house, and the men were on their property looking in their windows, and definitely they were armed.
So this is Sherwood Forest.
It's another community, premier community, but it's considered the second safest community in Detroit by crime. And it is a historic community, and it's definitely upscale. But again, we don't care what person's socioeconomic status is. If they're rich or poor, doesn't matter to us. We just want to keep them alive and safe. So many people that walk through this neighborhood, this is not a private community. This is public. So anyone can walk through here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they do.
There's been a lot of movies that have been filmed in both this community as well the last one we just came from.
And for those of you who look at our other videos, if you want to see actual situations on how we manage violent criminals, you can see multiple incidents of violence, including one where there was a woman being abducted, and it was right here, straight ahead. If you're looking at the screen to your left, a woman was being abducted and beaten after she escaped the vehicle from her ex-boyfriend, who was at the time abducting her with the purpose of killing her. And she fought her way free and pulled into this community from 7 Mile. She was not associated with this community. So the people heard her screaming, saw her climb out of the window, and they called 911. They called the police, as they are required to. And my response time was approximately 3 minutes. The police took the individual from me, took the victim from me, because what I did was focus on getting the female
To safety
only. So the police will be able to get the guy's name, which they did, and they'll be able to go after him and prosecute him. The prosecution is not our concern. Our concern is protection of the people. If that was your sister, if that was your mother, if that was your daughter, you want to make sure that she got back home safely.
Quickly.
You don't want to find out that we emphasized the violent criminal, and during that process he was able to escalate and cause injury or death to myself or to her, or both. So I built a psychological path to get him away from her and got him to leave so that I can get her to safety. And that's the difference between protection and prosecution.
And you can find that video under the video section on our YouTube, as well as the video of the golfer where we took him into custody. There's also several baby rescues on there too. Those were done.
Yeah, that's something we do for the community. We help domestic violence victims, stalking victims, and crime witnesses for free for the past 20 years. And these people are referred to us, families, individuals, senior citizens. They're referred to us by domestic violence shelters, police officers, as well as police precinct domestic violence advocates and domestic violence shelters. And then we've been featured on a lot of news.
Local and international.
Local, national, international. So a lot of people heard of us over the years. They were able to get us in contact with their family members that were in danger, and that's some of our witnesses, some of our victims that we've protected were referred to us just by people that saw us in the media.
There's speed bumps in here to prevent people from speeding in the community.
So what we do is we make sure that people are safe. So if the police can be coordinated and can provide the assistance for the people that need it, then that's fine. We're not competing with police. We work for the protection of people. And if the police can do that, then that's great. And we are very supportive. And the police are supportive of us as well. So it's all positive. It's all about creating safety safely.
Why there is no fence or gate in front of the houses or even a hedge?
It's not allowed.
The association has strict rules.
These are historic communities that do not allow you to make any changes to the structure or to the land.
So if there is any request for it, it has to be approved through the association as well as the city.
And it's not going to be approved. But that is a good question.
Yes, unfortunately, those babies were taken, and we had to reunite them with their moms. There's several videos on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, of us reuniting children with their mothers.
We also extract women and children from violent home situations and transport them to safety. And sometimes that safety is other cities
And states.
as necessary. We have assisted sex trafficking victims that were being held against their will. And help them get reunited with their families as well. You also see stories in our media about senior citizens that have been terrorized by individuals and gangs, and we're proud that we've been able to help and make sure that those senior citizens were not exploited and killed simply because they're older people that don't have people to protect them. And in our past 3 decades, we have never lost a victim of domestic violence, stalking, or crime witnesses.
So right down that street, if you drive down that street, you'll run straight into Livernois.
Yep. So in our past 3 decades, we've had no lawsuits, no court dates, no deaths of our team members, and most importantly, none of the families, none of the people we protect have been killed, have been injured, have been victims of violence as a result of someone that was targeting them or attempting to cause them or their children great bodily harm. So we're very proud of our success. How's it going? Good to see you. So we scan communities 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in intervals. And what happens is the violent criminals, when they saw that we never have days off, we never have times off, there's never a time where we're not available.
Or certain patterns.
We have no patterns. And they also know that we will intercept them.
24/7.
And we come quickly. We don't come later, we come right now. And we move to intercept them. As a result, the violent criminals leave the families alone, which is what our goal was from day one. Create a good quality of life for the families so they don't have to live in fear. They don't have to leave their city. They don't have to leave their home. And our goal is to take this same program to every city, state, and country.
Creating peace peacefully.
Creating peace peacefully, and safety is literally the foundation of success. So if you want a successful community, a successful family, a successful corporation, you're going to have safety. And safety is the prevention of violence and crime. It is not the prosecution of it. If you have prosecution, that means that you have failed to properly protect someone or something. That's why the Secret Service doesn't arrest people who attack the president very often, because they don't let someone attack the president.
In the first place.
Correct. And that's exactly what you want to think about. You don't want to think about how do I respond to situations that have already happened. If you want to create a positive condition for your family, your community, your corporation, whatever it is, we have to create a condition where we don't allow violence to occur. And that means to be proactive, preventive, and positive. So you don't want to create a negative environment. There should be no disrespect towards people. There should be no fear-based decision making. When we're driving through the neighborhood, we're literally greeting people, communicating with them, reading their body language. Read is something we teach. Read stands for recognize evasive, aggressive, deceptive behavior. So you're not looking for strange looking people. You're not looking for people that you don't know. You're looking for people that are demonstrating the body language that tells you that they have a negative, nefarious intent.
Yes, very proactive.
And positive. So as a result, by talking to the violent criminals that were coming in, we were able to get them to believe this is not a good community to hunt families.
Yeah, we don't stop people.
Never.
We simply interact with them, greet them like we would
And
want.
welcome them?
Yes, like we would want somebody to do with our family members. So
Right.
there's never any violation of civil rights, no disrespect, all positive communication.
Yes.
So definitely no Karens with badges.
And what's vital is to treat people like family. When you're driving through your neighborhood, if you see something strange, talk to them. Go talk to them. You don't have to be adversarial. You can be positive and just talk to them. And if they are criminals, guess what they're going to want to do? Get away from you. So by having a positive communication, you give them a way out. Now they know you've seen them. They know that there's no way this is a good place to hunt, you or anyone else.
Somebody says they like soft targets.
Yes, they like, exactly. And so once they know there's someone there that represents something that caused them great bodily harm, if they tried to create great bodily harm, then they don't even want to find out what happens next. They're not heroes. They're cowards, because what they're looking for as a predator is victims. Predators don't hunt other predators. They stay away from them. So when they see that we're trained, that we have confidence that's based on competence. So we call it competence-based confidence. We don't have gun confidence or weightlifting confidence, or there's lots of people have different types of confidences that are not related to the actual thing that really matters, and that is your skill set. So once you're truly competent, then you're confident, that in a way that matters. So keep that in mind. The training is supposed to give you the ability to stay calm and not have fear that causes you to have to make irrational decisions. And you're going to make irrational decisions if you're using fear to determine the course of action. So the training that we teach both civilians and law enforcement officers and our staff members is specifically designed to remove fear so that you can process and create a peaceful outcome by design.
So thank you for joining us.
And we're going to go live again tonight, later, so you can see what it's like out here in the late time. This is the early time. Here, there's not a lot of criminal activity in the region. They don't come out, the serious criminals don't come out till later. And we're out here 24/7. So what you're going to see is that we're out here 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's because that's when the violent criminals come out. Right now, we are out here making sure that we're seen so the clients are happy, and also so that if there's anyone having a medical emergency, anyone that has a lost family member, dementia, they have a nuisance criminal, or even domestic violence happens, we create conditions where we can stop the escalation and create a non-adversarial, non-violent outcome by design. And the only way you can do that successfully is to show up ahead of time. You have to be in position. You have to go there before the violence if you want to create a more successful, prosperous area. And so that's our goal. So take this training and take our system and share it with other people in other cities, states, and countries. So thank you for joining us, and please join us later on. We're going to show you some more tactics at night, some more things we do at night, and we're going to share with you how we do it as well. Thank you.
Intelligent options.
Remember, intelligent options increase survivability.